Hey, I'm Christoffersen. Welcome to Let the Light in TV. Today we are wrapping up the series of Viltrox cinematic lenses. So this is a 23, a 33, and then a 56 millimeter cinematic lens. They are all T1.5, and I just wanted to bring them all together, talk about them as the series and as the set that they are, and then really I wanted to leave you with some visual examples of framing. But first, let's talk about just the lens and how you receive them. So they come with a little carrying bag, which is very nice soft kind of felty feel. And then the lens, of course, comes. And the one thing that did quite annoy me, and still does, is the lens cap. The lens cap is not a thread-on of any kind. It's just a pop straight on and off. And so it comes off really quite often if you're carrying it in a bag. And so typically the way that I am transporting these around is I'm transporting them in the travel pouch here, and just to ensure kind of essentially you just slip it in there, and that kind of guarantees that your lid isn't going to slip off all the time. Now, as I did mention, and I mentioned, if you want to kind of see more of an in-depth breakdown of each of these lenses, then those are available, and I'll link them up here for you so you can just easily click on that. I do an individual breakdown of each lens so you can see different kind of characteristics that they each have. One thing I mentioned in all three in-depth reviews is that these are T-stop lenses. But what does that mean? Well, let's start with what we know. What we know is f-stops. And f-stop is a measurement of the actual aperture opening, right? So we have 1.5 all the way down to 16 on this particular lens. Well, if this was an f-stop lens, for example, and we go back to 1.5, then if we looked at an in-depth scientific chart of the light that's passing through this lens and actually getting through to the sensor, we may be at an opening of f1.5, but what actually gets through due to transmission issues, the light going through the glass and getting lost a little bit because of glass speeds. Basically, if you have, for example, an f-stop of 1.5, by the time it actually gets to the sensor, it's maybe f1.7. The loss is very little, I'll give you that, but it is there. So a T-stop lens means that if you have a T-stop of 1.5, then truly, because T-stop measures the transmission of light through the complete lens, then truly you are getting a measurement of 1.5 all the way down to your sensor. So that's what that means. Transmission, T-stop lens is the measurement of transmission of light through the lens. So when you're at 1.5, it is truly 1.5 and there is no loss taking place. Now, great benefit of these lenses, they're all the same size. They have some great focus and aperture gearing. So if you're looking to gear them up, then whenever you're replacing them throughout your gears, then that's fine. There's not going to be any issue there whenever you're replacing the lens at different focal lengths. Now, the con of all these lenses is that wide open at T1.5 all the way to kind of T2 to T2.4-ish. There is chromatic aberration issues. They are pretty noticeable, pretty heavily noticeable, but if you do stop down to about T4, then you can get rid of those, no problem. So that is the con of the lens, but overall, these lenses are brilliant. They are great. If you are interested in how they perform photo-wise, then here's a link to Dustin Abbott's channel where he takes these lenses through the photography tests and discusses a little bit more about that there. So if that's something you're also interested in using them for, I use them for photos myself and I really enjoy doing it. It's kind of a nice little throwback to do everything manual, be in complete control of everything, and they are very fun to use. Now, what I did want to leave you with today is some visual examples of framing. And so what I've done is I've taken some shots with each of the lenses just to show you, because I'm a visual person, right? If I'm researching a lens that I want to buy, I want to see all that I can, all the visual examples that I can. And so if you're interested in the individual breakdown, again, I've put cards up, but here are some visual framing examples for you to take a look at. Other than that, if you would like to purchase these lenses, then the links are down below. I hope you have a great day, and remember to let the light in.